If you have put in that work to get Magneto, but don't have Sabretooth, you need someone for that 5th spot. And in this video, I am giving my top picks to finish up that team. Let's go smash it.
Alley Fire.
Hey, what's up all you Valley Maniacs? Valley Flying here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. It's been a while, I know. Haven't been too enthused about this Wasp Blitz. I'm not even sure if I'm going to play it enough to get all the milestones. I don't think I played it at all yesterday. And I played it once. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm back. And we are talking about the Brotherhood. As I make this video, Magneto is being released in a few hours if you have all the shards. So let's say you put in all the work and are unlocking Magneto, but there is one member of the Brotherhood that is very, very hard to farm unless you spend a boatload of money or are extremely lucky, neither of which I have done. So you need to fill that 5th spot of the Brotherhood. Next meta team in Arena, very good for Blitz. Strong team. Looking forward to playing with them because Magneto makes that team so much better. But Sabretooth's missing. And he's a strong member of the team. I think he fits in perfectly, adds a lot of damage. So what should you do if you don't have him? Like I do. You're going to have to search for another spot. And I came up with 10 characters that I like the best for my play style. It may not match what you think is best for your play style. But here's my list. So let's go check this out. I got a couple honorable mentions as well. Let's go back to msf.gg and check out the Brotherhood team. Now, when I think of the Brotherhood, I think of a strong turn 1, a lot of burst damage. I think one of their weaknesses is some of the speed. Now, Magneto is going to go before any other character in the game. But the other characters are not super fast. And they don't really have a lot of ways to counter that. And they don't have a lot of heals, which doesn't make them very strong in the raids. Now, what I want to do to make the Brotherhood team is to kind of accentuate that damage and not really worry about the healing or some of their sustainability. I think you just go in as hard as you can, up that damage, and try to make their positives even stronger rather than trying to cover some of their weaknesses. There's one character that kind of does that, but I'm going to go through this list. I've made top 10 characters for the Sabretooth replacements. How would you cover that until you get him unlocked? Because I don't know when he will be farmable. I know there is an event coming, most likely in January, to get some shards for him. Most people will probably unlock him at that time, but when is he going to get him farmable to get him to 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars in order to really strengthen up that Brotherhood team? Who knows? So it may be a while before most people have Sabretooth, so we're going to need a little replacement for that. And like I said, I want that damage to be as high as possible. So, or just to get those buffs and debuffs on the other team just to really cripple them. So I'm going to go through this in alphabetical order. One of my favorite characters is actually towards the bottom. So it's sort of a countdown. Obviously, you could go with Night Nurse, Medic, Sorceress if you're using this team for the raids. I don't know how strong they're going to be in the raids, even with those characters, though. And then I got a couple honorable mentions, some great characters that would fit in a bunch of different teams that help them. But in this, my top 10 list has the characters that I think would fit my play style for this Brotherhood, how I want to use them. It may not be what you think is the best. So if you like other characters, let me know in the comments down below. All right. So first character, this is a bit of an odd choice. AntMan. Now, the reason I like AntMan, he is going to be going after Mystique. Mystique has a speed of 120. AntMan has a speed of 100. Now, Pyro and Juggernaut can gain some turn meter if they're hit. So he may be the third person going because Magneto is the strongest character in the game. But what I like about him, he has on turn 1 available either an ability block, so you could block someone on the other team taunting, or he has this slow. And I guess it would be depending on who you are facing, what their turn meters look like, and in which move you're going to do. Kind of like Sabretooth. You got a choice between two good options. So I think that he has good role in this team. Kind of an odd choice. I think this is kind of a more outside of the box choice. I don't think a lot of people are thinking about Ant-Man to finish off that Brotherhood team, but because of this ability block on his special and his slow on all the targets, I think he makes an interesting choice to finish up that team. All right, next one. Now this choice does give a little bit more protection. It's an interesting one, and that is Hand Sentry, Smoke Bomb. Now, this kind of helps out one of their weaknesses, which is their sustainability. I think Hand Sentry is a good choice if you want to make them a little more defensive. This Smoke Bomb, evade, stealth. He's going to take the damage, and you can kind of protect some of your damage dealers like Pyro, Mystique, because Juggernaut's pretty slow. He's not going to get his taunt up pretty quickly unless he gets hit. Then he gets a little bit more turn meter. But Hand Sentry, that is one of my choices. Pretty quick character, but still going third on the list. Now, this next character that I like is right here. Korath the Pursuer. Now, the reason I like him, other than Magneto, he is going to be the fastest character in the game as long as you have his passive leveled up to at least level 4, because on spawn, he will have speed up. So that brings his effective speed up to 171. And you got a few choices with him. Again, it depends on who you're facing, but he's got a big damage move that after Magneto's turn could potentially kill an enemy. Big damage. He's got heal block on that turn, and he's also got a 50% chance of ability block. Another interesting choice for his first turn is this applying slow to the targets. At level 7, it's always slow. At anything before that, it's a smaller chance, but it's still most likely getting slow. And then an interesting choice. He has taunt on his special as well. And again, depending who you're facing, this might be the choice, but you got 3 moves for Korath available on turn 1, so he makes an interesting choice. And I'm actually going to backtrack because I think Kingpin is a great choice as well. Now, this is not going to really affect our turn 1, but offense up, defense up to all allies. Their turn 2 is going to be pretty strong. Some good damage there. I think they have a lot of damage. They have a lot of big damage, and this just helps to accentuate this. Plus, it gives them defense up. Now, the big thing about Kingpin that's always been is he is slow. But his passive will help the Brotherhood because it helps villains, and the Brotherhood obviously is all villains, and you could get an extra attack from them. So, nice. And then he's got these 2 taunts, too. So, Juggernaut, probably a very good tank. A little slow, but you could help this on his second turn with summoning 2 bodyguards, taking a little more damage from the enemies. All right, let's move on to the next choice. Now, I like Korath because of his turn 1, potentially killing an enemy. Same thing for Loki. Mind control, defense down. Very similar to what Mystique does, except she does not do that defense down. And this means that you could set Pyro up for a nice turn 2, potentially killing many enemies. Now, this mirror image, I'm not sure if you want to use this because Juggernaut does some good things with his taunts. He gains a lot of speed when he's hit, and this will just take him out of taunt. Maybe after Juggernaut's taunt is done, but still a very good character because of this mind control and does some interesting things. I like Loki. Not one of my favorite picks, but I do like Loki. Now, another thing that I talked about was their speed. Kingpin helps that. Mercenary Lieutenant obviously will help that. At level 7, let me bump this up to level 7. Offense up to all allies. Speed up for all allies. And that helps their big strength, and it helps one of their weaknesses as well, and that speed. So very good. He's giving ability energy out on his basic. He has a chance to heal, which again compensates for one of their weaknesses. And does some very good stuff. So Merc Lieutenant, very good choice. Probably my second pick out of all these guys for this team. I like Merc Lieutenant as a 5th on this team. All right, next guy that I want to talk about is Mordo. Now, the reason I like Mordo, a lot of extra debuffs on the enemy team can really screw them up. You got a stun available on turn 1, or potential stun. If he doesn't get it, it could go some blinds, but Magneto already has these blinds, so I don't know if you want to use this on turn 1. Heal block, another interesting choice for turn 1. And then you could also use his basic because he's going to apply 1 to 2 random negative effects, and this might be the way to go. And then he is getting healed anytime you have a death of any character. So interesting choice. I like this as well. One of the names that popped up into my head just off the top of my head when thinking of this was Mordo. All right, let's move on to the next character, and that is Scarlet Witch. This is another interesting character. Now, I like this move. You redistribute your health, so this is a good thing to compensate for one of the Brotherhood's weaknesses, which is their survivability. Defense up and redistributing the health and deflect. So good potential opening move. I don't know if you want to use the health part, though, right there. But second move right here, or her ultimate move. You're attacking all enemies, and the main thing I like about this move, you're prolonging the duration of all the negative effects by 1. This might be a little tricky. I'm not sure if you want to use this on turn 1, but because she's probably going before Pyro. Depending if Pyro gets hit. If Pyro gets hit and goes before Scarlet Witch, then yeah, this Chaos Wave is the way to go on turn 1. But her basic, 1 to 2 random negative effects as well. And on turn, 50% chance to spread a negative effect from an enemy to an adjacent target, with Magneto bringing everybody together. Hopefully, everybody will be an adjacent target. So, a lot of good stuff that Scarlet Witch adds, and she was another one that popped into my head. Now, my top pick for this team to replace a lot of the stuff that Sabretooth does is Venom. Now, one of the things he suffers from is his speed. But because he's a little slower, that means he's going after Pyro. Pyro puts the bleeds on. He could come with his ultimate and spread all of the bleeds to everyone else. Heal block as well. He also has an ability block with more bleeds available on turn 1. And then you could flip positive effects. I mean, Venom has a very awesome kit. The one drawback is his speed, but I think he will work well in this Brotherhood team. And then my last pick in the top 10 is Winter Soldier. Now again, I like him because he has that strong turn 1. Mechanical arm, potentially killing an enemy. If you don't kill him, he's going to be having heal block. So there's nothing you can do. And, you know, the AoE coming from some of these characters, good stuff. Or the splash damage, depending, because Magneto is going to pull everyone together. So those are my picks that match my play style. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you have any other picks. Before I finish the video, let me talk about some of my honorable mentions. And we got one of them right here. Yondu, very good character, works in a lot of teams. And most of my honorable mentions are good characters that fit in a lot of teams. Spider-Man, another one. Defense downs on turn 1. Very tricky. Turn 2, he's got that stun with the slow. Strong character. Star-Lord will work okay. Not as good as in the Guardian team. But Star-Lord will fit if you have him ranked up a lot. We also got Vision. I passed him right here. Vision works in most teams. Very strong. If you're using him in Blitz or something, you might want to not use him for the Brotherhood because he works well in a tech team. But Vision, excellent character. Quake is another character that works well in many teams, but she doesn't have that real strong turn 1 burst. She does have that slow that she applies to the adjacent targets and the primary target as well. So you could slow the whole team, which is another good thing with Quake. She's not getting her big ultimate for a little while, though, but Quake would work well in this team too. Honorable mention. And then Drax. Drax is a great character if you have a lot of early turn damage. I'm not sure if you really need it for this team because of Magneto's blinds, but not every character can get blinded. Daredevil's one of them. Deadpool, he'll clear off his effects, and there's some other ones, but depending on who you're facing, Drax might be an option. Oh, and actually one more right here, Gamora. Strong, strong. Now, her big move doesn't come on turn 1, but her basic is strong as well. So, you got a bunch of different options here. I think my top picks out of that top 10, Venom, Scarlet Witch, Merc Lieutenant. I think those are my favorite, my top 3 out of all those. So, like I said, let me know what you think. This is who I think is best for the style of play that I like to do. And we'll see you guys next time. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel, smash on that like button, and let me know who you think will also fit in this team. There's a sale at TeePublic going on right now. I think it's going on till the 2nd. So if you want to get some great merch, go check that out. I'm probably going to be uploading more logos, so you got some more choices on that. So click on the link down below. Probably not probably. I am live streaming tonight. A little busy last night. This past Monday, got home from jiu-jitsu super tired. I actually did a bunch of practices that day and just was not literally but figuratively, I was dead when I got home, and I apologize that I didn't live stream, but I will live stream tonight no matter how tired I am. It might be a short one, but we got a Pyro Blitz to do. So that is it, guys. I will see you guys next time. I got one question for you. What you gonna do, brother, when Valley Flame All the Manias come down on you, dude? Valley Flame, out!